Hey fellas, how you doing? Good afternoon. It's almost 2 o'clock here in West Texas, El Paso. It's the September the 9th. Now I'm going to tell you a little bit of a sad story, and it's to, and I'll probably title this that either tragic or the sad reality for older modern women. Um, I don't know if you remember back on some of the videos I used to do. They have a thing called compound living where they 4 or 5 of these girls, and in this particular case there were 6 girls living in a home. Now the home is currently on sale for $535,000. Just let that sink in. So there were 6 girls in there footing a mortgage based on $535,000. All right, and they've lived there for about 3 years. Now, that doesn't, anyways, added that if they raise your property tax, I just can't tell you. So, 4 of the girls lost their jobs. They didn't lose them. They've been, well, the company just fired them. They don't need them, and their unemployment benefits, I guess. I didn't realize how many people around here are losing their jobs, and it's more than that. There's also another home in my general vicinity, about a stone's throw away, that's also up for sale, and that's um, it's a 2 income household, pretty expensive house, about a $500,000 home, and they're being foreclosed on, so they're going to try to put their house up for sale to try to get out from under the mortgage as much as they can. How this happened with these ladies was the fact that they lost their jobs. Now, most people don't plan for medical emergencies. And one of the girls, it's a 2-story home, and one of the girls fell down the stairs. And I don't know if you guys know this, but if you don't have insurance, which they didn't have medical insurance, a ride to the hospital can go from $500 to $3,500. And they don't, they were, these are the girls that have the nails, the eyelashes, the eyebrows. I don't know if you call them stenciled on or lasered on or that. They have the earrings, all the bags, they always dress, they're always on top of everything. But they live like this, eyeballs deep in debt. And there's a home right close to me that's it's $1.7 million. This is one of the most expensive places to live in the city of El Paso, but it's also one of the very safest places to live in the city of El Paso. Um, there are, yeah, and I'm going to get back to my point. My point is, you can't. I'm 60. You can't get to my age and not have your money figured out. Um, I talk about it all the time. The 3 phases of a human being's life. It's not just a man. It's your dreamer phase, if you're a guy or girl, and then you have your career phase. And when I mean a career that you're going to, and then you're going to have a retirement phase. But the biggest portion of your life is going to be your career phase. If you make a bad career choice, your retirement's going to look like these ladies' lives. Now, in my little geographic area, there's normally maybe 50, 60 houses for sale. There's almost 200 homes up for sale right now. And that's sad. That's not a good sign for my community. So, and then again, I waited. It gets back to, you have to find your blind spots, and uh, I'm not trying to be pile on with these ladies, but you can't live at the edge of your money. And that's not a lesson I can teach somebody that's my age. They're all going their separate ways. They're all, can't even tell you. I think a lot of things are going to get worse for people that haven't made preparations. And if you're one small medical bill, look what it's like if you had a kid that broke his arm, had to ride in an ambulance, or you break your arm and you have to ride in an ambulance and you don't have insurance. Do you realize how much money they're going to charge you? They're going to garnish your wages. Now they're going to fix your arm. Hopefully they'll fix your arm, but it's a mess. I saw when I was coming up how hard it's going to be if you don't have good, reliable medical access to medical care. And you want to see a ruthless industry. Now I get dental and medical care through the Veterans Administration, and my wife gets TRICARE and CHAMP VA, which is two programs that help around. It's shocking to see how little money people have set aside for a bad day, or what we used to call it a rainy day. Now, you can make fun of me, but I did whatever I had to do to get out of the rat race. I don't brag about it. I don't usually talk about it. And what I'm trying to do with the drip stocks is just help some of you guys out. I'm not going to ask you for anything, but I think things are going to start to get tough, especially for people who have soft skills, office skills. They can hire a program that's never going to take a day off. Let that sink in. It's never going to get sick. They're not going to have to provide medical, dental, or vision care for that AI program. I sure hope somebody comes up with a plan for these people. And there's I don't know. I don't know what to tell them. And I'm not piling on to them, but if you don't prepare for your future, it's going to be very bleak for you if you get to be my age and you don't have enough money to survive on. Jobs are getting harder and harder to find. I know people that have been on, what did they say, they've made like over 100, applied to 100 places. My wife has a unique set of skills down here because of her bilingual capabilities and anyways, but I don't know if she's going to be able to hang on to her job, but she knows I can take care of her. I am concerned that there's going to be, I think it's going to get a little bit worse before anything changes. And it's hard to see them. Now, I say hi to these ladies. They've asked, a few times they've asked me. It's down by the mailbox. They were one of the times they were asking me to come in and help them with the fridge. And I'm not going in there and being alone with you guys. It's just like that. And they're the ones that every once in a while have a karaoke party, and they'll be just like a bunch of those ladies, old ladies over there, all boozed up and singing off key, but they're having a good time, so it's no big deal. But now and I'm not trying to be cruel. It's just you either are prepared for your older years in your life. Now these women don't have kids. Now they do have families, so that's where they're going. But can you imagine being 50? My age, 60, you don't have any money, you don't have a job, you can't provide for yourself, you can't buy medical care, and you have to depend on your family because you didn't want to get married. You didn't want to build with somebody. You didn't want to invest in a relationship with the person. And again, I'm not saying this to be cruel, but there was a guy calling, his name was Kevin Samuels. Winter's here. AI is going to do a lot of damage to people's livelihood that depended on working in an office. All right? I know that's a bit grim, but it's the truth, okay? You have 3 phases in your life: your dreamer phase, your career phase, and your retirement phase. The first 2 will affect how you get to spend your retirement phase, all right? Love you guys. Stay safe and healthy. Take care of each other if you can, and if you can't, you have to take care of yourselves, all right? Like a fort in a G-string. From West Texas, El Paso, I'm out of here. Bye-bye.